Somewhere between spirit and skin. Between Sunday mornings and Monday messes. Between whispered prayers and loud thoughts. There's a couch. And on that couch sits truth. Honest, unfiltered, sacred, and simple. Welcome to On the Couch with PL, where we talk real life, real faith, and everything in between.
Hey, y'all. Listen, good afternoon. I know I'm coming on at a different time, and I normally come on at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. But guess what? Your girl just spontaneously said, let's do it today. My guest is here from Texas, so she'll be on a flight tomorrow. So I decided, let's go live today. Why not? And if you guys catch it on the replay, I thank you. But I got my girl here with me, and we're going to be talking real life, real faith, and real truths, and everything in between. But listen, today's episode, it's going to be tight, y'all. It's going to be good. It's going to be to the point. And we're going to be talking about DNA. DNA don't lie. When they draw that blood and test it, it don't lie. Blood don't lie. I got none other than my girl, Kay Terry Miller, here on the couch with me today. Yay, Kay Terry! I call her KJ, so every now and then you might hear me say KJ, but that's my little nickname for her. But anyways, none other than my girl, KJ. Hey, KJ.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me on the couch today. Thank you for coming into town and obliging the girl, coming in, visiting your son. And by the way, this is my grandson, my oldest grandson's mother. And she's like a daughter. Yeah. Hey, KJ. Listen, I want you to, and shout out to Ms. Eartha and to Carla. Hey, y'all. I want you to take us back and then bring us forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just
tell me about your story.
Just like from childhood
Just
first?
from childhood first and bring it up.
Okay.
Give us what you want us to know.
Well, I guess childhood has been kind of interesting, I would say. I won't say too much complicated because it's just been an interesting childhood.
Yeah.
My mother was in the military, and so was my father. Was in the military as well. I spent a lot of time growing up with my grandmother. Really, both grandmothers. I spent a lot of time with them. I spent a little time with my mom growing up as well. Of course, a lot of moving around because it's the military. That's what we do, move around a lot. Even after, though, I could never seem to sit still. So I still was always moving around and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much from there. Of course, I had some trials and tribulations as a kid with me, being molested and, just things of that nature. Growing up into young adulthood, I got into some trouble trying to learn myself and just find, peace within myself and learning myself. I would say I think the most complicated thing in life at that time was that I felt like I was like the black sheep of the family.
Okay.
I didn't really have much of my mother's personality, and I really didn't have a whole lot of my father's personality. We were all very different, so we bumped heads a lot, more so with my dad than my mom. But yeah, so grew up, joined the military. Now I'm here. Went through the ringer, but a lot of people didn't think I was gonna make it. But I made it, and I'm making it and making it better for myself and my kids. So
Absolutely.
that's really kind of what that's going on with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, tell me about this DNA story about that DNA doesn't lie. Tell me how all that transpired.
All right. So, like I said, I've always felt like I was the black sheep of the family. Right. I didn't have much of my mom's personality. Didn't have much of my father's personality. Well, we'll say the father that I grew up with personality. Well, so sorry. So when I was 19, I was fresh out of high school and I was living here in Mississippi. I was working for TSA at the time. I had just got the job there, so I was going through orientation. I had got a Facebook message from a man that said, I might be somebody you need to know. And I was just like, who the hell are you then? Yeah. Because, like, you can't just message me telling me you somebody I might need to know, and it don't go into any further detail. Now, you got to let me know what's going on. So I'm like, who are you? And, I guess looking back at it, he was expecting me to, like, ask my mother, like, who is this man? And why is he messaging me, right? So we talked, and he was like, yeah, I might be somebody you need to know. And then I kept messaging him, like, well, who are you? And he wouldn't say anything. And I kept messaging him. I said, you can't just say something like that and then not respond. And he still wasn't responding for a while. And I was like, hello, like, who are you? And he kept, talking about my mother, just like how he knew my mom and my grandfather, Poppy. And I was just like, okay, my family, but like, who are you? Like, and he messaged me because everybody knows that my mom's Panamanian and Puerto Rican. Basically, my grandfather's Puerto Rican and my grandmother is Panamanian, her parents. So he said, mi hija bonita, which means my beautiful daughter in Spanish. So when I looked at it, I was like, huh? I know my daddy. I don't know what's going on. I was like, I'm finna call my mama. So I called my mom. And I was like, mama, it's like, it had to been like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Because again, I was in TSA, so, I had to be up early. So it had to been like maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, mama. She's like sleeping. So she's like, hello. And I was like, there's some strange ass man on my phone talking about he might be somebody I need to know. And he holler me, he bonita, and this, that. She was like, oh, I'm going to call you back. I'm asleep. So she hung up. And I was just like, okay, whatever. So me and him, we talked for hours. We talked for hours. It started off as text messages, but then after that, I asked him, could I call him? I was on break. And I was like, yeah, can I call you? And he was like, sure. We got on the phone. We talked for hours. But I will say, in the midst of that conversation with him, I realized that I wasn't the black sheep of my family. I just was not, I don't want to say a part of that family because I am. I do love my father very much. And, his family, his mom, who helped raise me. I love her very much. So it's just like, I won't say a part of that family. I just wasn't tied into that family by blood. So, but when I got a chance to talk to him, it was like, oh, I understand now. I'm like you. I'm not like my mom. I'm not like this other man. I'm like you. It makes sense now. Like just having a conversation with him and hearing how he talks and how he speaks. And we spoke the same. Never talked to him before. Never, seen him before, anything. It was just like we had the same little like innuendos and like things like that. So we talked for a long time. And then I think my mom, I love you, Mom. I think my mom was just kind of nervous. So she never called me back, needless to say. But she did text me and was like, so y'all gonna take a DNA test or what? And I just feel like that I couldn't see how she reacted to it, but I just assumed how I read the text message. Because text message is tricky. It's all about how you perceive it, right? So I just perceived it as she was like, so y'all gonna take a DNA test. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna take a DNA test and we're gonna figure this out. So I think like the next day we went in, and I went in for a swab at the it's the same places that you do like the drug testing for urine. They swab the inside of your cheek and stuff. So they swabbed the inside of my cheeks. And he went to the one in North Carolina. That's where he stays at. He went to the one in North Carolina. They swabbed the inside of his cheeks. They sent it off, and they said, we'll get the results back in 2 days.
Okay. So how did this work? So you could be in totally two different states.
Yes.
And go in for a swabbing.
Yes.
And explain to them the situation.
Yes.
And then, okay.
So, like, we just we pay for it. And I guess it was like the place that I went to, it was either the same company or like a sister company for the company.
Okay.
So they already knew. And, on the paperwork, it'll say, like, it says my full name and his full name together. So they know that's what they're looking for.
Okay.
So, yeah, they said that it'll take 2 days. And I was like, okay, cool, 2 days. I can wait 2 days. But, Lord, okay, so they did the first swabs. And the swabs came back, like, defective or something. Like, it wasn't working. So it went from 2 days to like a week.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just on edge all the time. Me and him, we're still very much like talking and, trying to figure this thing out. And
what were these conversations like?
I mean, so it was more so like, we just want to know. And I'm just so curious because if you're not my daughter, then the universe is messed up. Because we were so much alike. I mean, it was just like, we were so much alike. Just from the jump. And he even said it. He was like, you look like my mom, which I do. I look just like all the females on that side of the family. Like, when I'm with my mom, I look like my mama. But when you see me with them, it's like, whoa, like, you really look like,
that side
yeah. So it was just kind of conversations like that. And then once it started, like, dragging on, since it was past 2 days, like, by the 4th day, he was saying things like, even if you're not, like my biological daughter, I still want to like be in your life because we were so much alike.
Yes.
It was just kind of like, I still just want to be there for you if you allow me to be. Yeah. And I was like, okay, kind of weird, but we'll talk about it, like, I don't know. So, on the 7th day, I called and I was still in orientation at the airport. And I called them and I was like, hey, I'm just trying to get the DNA test for, Kataria Gibson and Rufus French. And they was like, oh, we just got those in today. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm on the phone. At this point, it's funny because I'm still feeling the emotions now, like my heart beating fast. But it was crazy. So I'm on the phone, holding the phone. It's during break time. My heart's beating fast. My body's moving quick. I'm fiddling with my hands. My hands feel clammy. They feel sweaty. And they was like, yeah, we just got those in today. I can get those for you right now. Just hold on one moment. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm on the phone. I swear it might have been like 10 seconds, but it felt like forever. I was waiting. And they was like, okay, so yeah, we got these right here. I can read them off to you or we can email them to you. I said, nah, just read it. Because I need to know what's going on. Because I ain't going to be able to wait for no email. Like, just tell me now. So they was like, okay, so yeah, between, Kateri and Rufus, the match is 99.999, and I just bawled. Like, I just cried. I was at work, so I had to walk out, and I just cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I think I called my father first, my biological father now. I call him Papa, so when y'all hear me talk about him, I'll say Papa. Okay. So I called Papa first, and I was, like, crying. He don't know why I'm crying. He just like, oh, Lord. Like, it could be good. It could be bad. She just booing. Right. And I was like, Papa, I called the people for the DNA. I'm all discombobulated. Yeah. And he's like, what they say? And I was like, you're my dad. And he's like on the phone. And instead of like crying, he's like laughing. And I said, why are you laughing? Like, I am a mess. Like, I'm a mess right now. What is so funny? And he was like, nothing's funny. He was like, I'm shocked. And he was like, but it's like, I knew, And then like plus like later on talking to him and us getting to know each other, like he had been following me on Facebook for years.
Wow.
Ever since I could have a Facebook.
Wow.
He's always just been like lurking on my page just to see me.
Your growth.
So he's been looking at me since like teenage when mama let me have a Facebook because I can't have social media for real.
Yeah.
But when mama let me have a Facebook, he was just always watching. So, that was interesting. So after that, I called my mom, and again, I'm just boohoo crying. So I called my mama. She's at work. She's working at the VA hospital at the time as a supervisor. So, but she get her own office. Thank God she had her own office at the time because Lord,
Yes.
I don't know what she would have did. She was in front of people,
Yes.
So we was on the phone and I was crying. And before I could even say anything, she get on the phone. She talking about, I told you that wasn't your dad. I had told you. I don't even know why you crying. I had already told you. And I was like, but mama. But mama. And she was like, what? I said, well, he is my dad. And it just got silent.
Oh, wow.
On the phone, and all I heard was like the phone drop, something dropped, and then I got scared because I'm like, my mama done passed out, like I don't know what's going on, like So I just hear boom, and I'm like, mama, mama, and she's like, it was quiet for a minute, and then she gets on the phone, I could hear her kind of like sniffling, and she's emotional at this point, and oh Lord, here we go. Okay, so she was emotional at this point.
Yeah.
And she got on the phone and she just said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I don't know, like at the time, I could have been mad, right? Like really, Mom, I could have been mad. But it was just like, I love my mom.
Absolutely.
And it was just like, it was no point of me being upset or blaming her or even like, just doing that because you only get one mom, so
absolutely.
At the time I needed her, but at the same time she needed me in that moment.
Yes, absolutely.
So instead of being upset and,
absolutely.
Just getting mad and I just told her that it was okay. Like, I said, Mama, it's okay. All we can do is, move forward from here. Absolutely. So, so that was the DNA results. I got later on, I got to actually meet him. And when I actually met him for the first time, he didn't know I was coming. He was dating another woman at the time. Lord Jesus. Bless her heart. But she was dating another woman. Huh? Man, you tell me. That's a whole nother story. But he was dating another woman at the time, and she helped me set it up to meet him. He thought he was picking up her sister whole time. It was me. Oh, wow. And I got to meet my two little brothers that I have with him, and my grandmother and my cousins and all these people that look like me. Yeah. And I was very anxious when I met them. One of the things I did do for him though was I put together a scrapbook, and it was like a scrapbook from the beginning, like an ultrasound, and all the way up until that point where it was like grade school, elementary, middle, high, until I graduated. And then I gave him that book, and then that was finally when he broke down. Wow! So now it's like, okay, now he need me. Yeah. So he sat there and he apologized, and everybody's so sorry. but it is what it is. Things happen, Yeah. So it was kind of like one of those things. Yeah. But with that news, it came happiness for some. But for others, which is understandable, for others, it wasn't such good news.
Absolutely.
So I was contemplating telling my dad, my father I grew up with. But I knew that we were so different, and it wasn't always the best relationship between us. And he liked at the time I won't say that he liked it, but he used to say some hurtful stuff.
Yeah.
And I would say hurtful stuff back because you ain't just finna be hurting my feelings. We finna do this. If we gonna do it, we gonna do it for real then,
Right.
you know? And I battled with myself on if I should tell them. So I told my grandmother first. My grandma Eartha, I told her first. She was very upset, to say the least. We won't go too in depth on that. She just was really mad. So just leave that at that. But with my father, I told him, I sent him a text message. And I was like, hey, I need to talk to you. Can you call me? And he was like, I'm at the barbershop. You know, what do you want? I told you we ain't have the best relationship. So I tried to call him and he ignored it. And he was like, I said, I'm at the barbershop. What do you want? I said, well, it's kind of important. I need you to call me now. And he was like, girl, I said what you want, you know, whatever.
So after the okay, let me backtrack.
Okay.
Let me backtrack a little bit here. When you found all this information out,